So my question for you, Don, because like I feel like there's got to be a gift and a curse of releasing so much music. Because do you feel like some music doesn't get worked the proper way? Do you feel like it doesn't give your fans time to really digest these albums?
No.
Or you're just like,
I used to look at it like that. I used not did this
Right.
24 tapes. I used to look at music like that, and then I started seeing, I think Craig called them something. Legacy artists.
yeah.
I started seeing legacy artists step backwards and shoot videos to songs that was 25 years old.
Yeah, Juvenile shot that 400 degrees video.
Right. Project Pat did it. I can't remember what.
I remember that. Yep, he did
I
something.
can't remember what record that was, but Project Pat did it.
Yep.
When he did it, I said, "Wow!" And then Juvenile did it. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I saw what's my guy? I saw Shy Glizzy put out a video to a song.
It was old.
A white girl.
Yeah.
Right. I think it was like 10 years old when he put a video to it. And then on the highest level, I watched that Chris Brown record pop.
Yeah.
And
the Chris Brown record was from like,
it was like 3 or 4 years
yeah,
old.
I remember because
But
I'm a radio guy and I remember seeing the song on the chart and I was like, yo, that can't be the same song from like.
Well, see, I ain't in tune, so
Yeah, no, but it's
I'm
crazy.
riding with my wife. Well, in the rare occasion that she drives, so she's driving.
God bless that statement because the same thing goes for my fucking wife.
Yeah, she's a passenger.
She has attitude when I make her
princess.
fucking drive.
Yeah, buddy, her ass cheeks are engraved in the seat. But either way, man, she was playing the Chris Brown record. And I'm like, I've been seeing a lot of that on the internet, and I was like, dang, it's cool to see. To see artists maintain a longevity. And I was like, it's cool. I saw somewhere that the video was coming. And she was like, yeah, that song came out 3 years ago. I was like, 3 years ago? She was saying it almost like, she wanted to hear new music.
Right.
Now I'm thinking like, this nigga pulled a video out from a song he released 3 years ago? I said, okay, well, shit. If Chris Brown can reach back and pull a record out and, because it gained, whatever traction it gained it 3 years later.
For sure.
So I'm like, man, I couldn't help but look at my music the same way. So with 24 projects, it's like 300 plus songs. And with that, I kind of view it like a show on Netflix. You can binge
People
watch
can go
it.
back and rewatch.
Right. You ain't caught up to season 7 yet.
Like
That's
I didn't watch
fine.
Breaking Bad when it came out.
Right.
I didn't either. I wasn't hip.
I had to go back.
Exactly. But that's how I look at it. I look at it like, all right, you might have caught on late, and if you caught on late,
Go dive in.
you welcome to go go binge watch. And
there's
or
more
binge
there.
listen. Right. It's more there, and it gives you the space to live with some of it. If you go back 24 tapes, let's say 5 or 6 tapes in, it's a song that you living through right there, right in that moment. And that's the one that speaks to you. And all you've heard is that, you've been playing that song. That's part of the soundtrack to your life now. That's fine. You don't, when you get to the rest of the records, then so be it. But if one of those records out of 300 some records, if one of them became the soundtrack to your life, then I did something right.
That's amazing. So you guys get through the 24 albums.
Right.
And then you finally have his attention.
Yeah, I did.
Right,
too.
because I was ignoring them.
But you finally have attention to work on Step Brothers 4.
Right.
For sure.
What, for you guys, like we talked about the intent earlier on you guys kind of meeting up and going through some of your favorite buddy cop movies and all. I mean, I feel like the intent was it comes through the music, but just break down to me what it was like to finally like lock in, because 2017 was Step Brothers 3.
Yeah.
So that's 7 years later. You guys have each been through
8.
a ton. 8 years later. Fuck, my math's cooked.
I take the last year. It was my fault.
But what is like? How does it feel to get back in and just be super locked in with intent, with purpose to do this album?
It felt great, honestly. It felt nostalgic.
Refreshing.
I think is one way of viewing it, because like we said, we go back to 2011 with this collective brand and working in tandem, and getting back in to like make this project a focus and a priority was just, it was a breath of fresh air, because I say it all the time, it lightens the load, in the sense of I only have to do half the work. I only have to spit half the bars,
Right.
and my counterpart is prolific.
For sure.
So on one end, I got like all the confidence in the world that, you know, he's gonna fill in the blanks or whatever is there, and then also it gives me it sets the bar so high that it's not really possible to like half step, you know, with what I bring into the fold. So that's like a cool feeling of like steel sharp and steel, as they say. And also it was almost effortless. You know,
It felt like listening to the music. It feels like y'all were just in there.
Yeah, we recorded 17 songs to deliver the 16 records that were on Step Brothers for Life originally. And for the deluxe, the 8 new records that we just dropped and added to the album, we recorded 8 songs, and you got all 8 of them. So it's not just like throwing, you know, paint at the wall, as they say, or just doing a lot and picking the best of it. What you got is what we came up with. And all those, other than Origins, all those are new records. Origins was recorded almost immediately after Step Brothers 3. And as they say, the truth doesn't change. We're telling our origin story, and that's just what it was. So
I feel like more artists need to do that, where they're like, I feel like so many people go into the studio with a half-ass approach and then pick through a bunch of half-ass records.
And most deluxes are the leftovers of that.
Correct.
And so we were intentional of like not wanting to just give you filler
The shit that didn't
material.
make the like let's get in and let's
One
really
that was only one song that didn't make it.
Right.
But also
And it still didn't make for life. I mean,
which is
for
great.
deluxe.
Yeah, if it didn't make the original, it shouldn't make the deluxe. Yeah.
that's how we agreed on that as artists. And not to mention, we put the project out as being well received. We immediately got on the road, started touring off of it. We added 6 of the records to our live show. And it's like, man, people are really feeling this. We kind of made it our duty or almost felt indebted. Like, we need to give them more. Like, this is working.
Why
Let's just
half-ass
take
now?
Yeah, let's take that energy and double down on it. And that's why it was 4.5.
For sure.
It's like a truly like its own thing or a supplement to what we are presenting. Because after all, people waited 8 years. So you only had to wait 2 months. For
Even like a
another half
callback
of
to like clips earlier, they said the same thing. They said there was nothing we recorded that didn't make the album.
Yeah.
What you heard was the album. And that's how we recorded it. There was not like fat that we had to cut in the process.
That's ill. How many records on their album?
It's 12 or 13.
13, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I can still respect.
But
that.
it's like, you know, it's like when you go into the studio and you actually take time and intent with your music. It's like it's gonna take you longer, but
I think that's the
It's
difference.
worth it, though.
That's the difference in synergy as well. Like we get along. We have a camaraderie that extends past beats and bars and making music. So making the music together is a second nature thing. Like I was in his wedding. Like we were around at family functions.
For sure.
Like we're
you guys got the kids on the cover.
yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
intentionally a family portrait because that's the bond we forged over time. That is not it's not an aesthetic. It's not something that we're presenting. So even in those 8 years, we spent more time together and had more experiences than between 2 and 3. Not just because it was more time, just we just grew closer.
Yeah.
And so that's what I heard from the Clips album is just it appears as though, I imagine so, but they like making music together. They seem to
Right.
be in a good space.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, even presenting the album on the marketing end. And on a fan level, like think about how many collaborative projects we've seen in the last, I guess, 10 years or so, where that's all you got from those two artists. They did that.
It was
as
a cash grab.
one-off.
Like, look, let's purge each other's
They
fan
don't even
bases.
feel collaborative.
Mutually
Right.
beneficial. We're
And you
each
don't
gonna
even
primary
see-
artist
you don't
this
even
shit.
see them
They
around
don't
each other.
and a lot of times they'll do those albums and then they don't fuck with each other when the albums come out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember like there was a Moneybagg Yo NBA Youngboy tape that came out, and by the time the tape came out, NBA Youngboy was like, I ain't fucking with this album. But it's like it's interesting because
I'm familiar with what you're talking about. I never quite understood I don't know either of them, so I don't know the dynamic of it. But I agree. A lot of the tandem projects you hear don't have an actual camaraderie.
you said synergy.
Yes,
it's just they're cash grabs.
definitely.
I like working with people that like one I'm fans of or
Right.
True that.
I like them as people. That makes it a whole lot easier. I mean, we can do
Because
business.
if this
with-
works out, we're gonna maybe go on the road together. We're gonna have to be
And make
around
more
that
money.
and
Best
make more
case
money.
scenario, but if it's just the business in front of it, yeah, it's kind of like